Hey everybody, good evening. Kim Marshall here with Roots and Wings, and I have an interesting topic. I've gone online and I have pooled over 30,000 people and asked them questions on your behalf. So tonight I'm going to share those answers with you. So stick around if you're interested. I think it's going to be really worthwhile. The first is a mommy group that I'm a part of. There's over 12,000 members, and what I asked them was, what's one thing, an item, ritual, book, habit that helped you and your child prepare for school? What is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew then? And is there a topic that you as a current or past kindergarten parent wish you knew more about? So that is the answer that I'm going to be sharing with you. And then the second group, I just want you to know before you hang out here and listen to the answers. I'm also a part of a kindergarten teacher group. So these are Ontario kindergarten teachers, over 18,000 teachers in this group. So that is a fantastic support system for myself. I went to them and I said, what is the one thing you wish kindergarten parents understood better? So they're going to answer that tonight. So I'm going to go through the answers. I'm going to start with the mom group. I'm going to just go through what is there. I'm not going to name names, but I'm going to kind of top to bottom summarize it for you. And the answers don't necessarily represent what I would say. I don't necessarily agree with them all, but I want to go through them with you. So here it is again. The question went to a mom group. What is the one thing that you did to help your child prepare? What's the one thing you know now that you wish you knew better then? And is there a topic that you wish kindergarten parents knew more about? Okay, so here we go. Someone said that kindergarten is not mandatory, and if the child has a high anxiety or has not been in daycare, then sometimes delaying enrollment is beneficial. All right, the next person said, have them be involved in preparing for school, i.e. picking school bags, lunch boxes, cups, etc. Going over things over the summer about this is what you're going to do. Get them excited. As a parent, it's harder for you not seeing them being sad. Prepare them for being independent, i.e. using the washroom, using their jacket, putting on their own shoes. Talk about school as a fun place. Make friends and take the time for you and your child to be ready for school. Someone else said the kissing hand helped us. The book, The Kissing Hand. Another person said routine was key and a good start for us. Clothes picked out the night before really helped. One thing I wish I knew, just how independent and self-motivated my daughter actually is. I wish I knew more about what was going on at school before it happened. We've missed out on watching her receive awards and such due to poor communication. Okay, someone else said the kissing hand. Someone said not a thing, but I posted in my local mom group looking for parents of kids entering JK at the same school who would like a park play date before the school year. It helped our kids have familiar faces and a comfort level in the schoolyard. This is the first time I'm reading these too, okay? Make sure they can open and close containers, having them practice those before school. Label their containers 1, 2, and 3 for first snack, lunch, and last snack. As above, someone else says, ensuring that they know how to do their own shoes, wear clothes, can easily get the clothes up and down to go pee. Jeans were a problem for us at first. Lots of people following this comment. Okay, lots and lots of Beaver learning books from the Dollarama, making sure that learning is fun. It's important to avoid the negative innuendo in schoolwork, working on her confidence overall, preparing her for mean and negative reactions from kids is perhaps another good idea. I have appreciated, someone else says, a guide to your children's emotional needs in their first. Oh, I would have appreciated a guide to your child's emotional needs in the first year of school, letting me know some things to expect: exhaustion, rejection from other kids, anxiety over the lunch hour, and perhaps some suggestions on how to proceed, considering spending some social time with the child a few minutes before starting school day, ensuring their coats and boots are easy to put on, talking about rejection, because it seems to me that the emotional stuff has been by far the hardest part of JK so far. Okay, someone else says, I know that know that JK and SK is not mandatory and you don't have to send your child. Know that they can do half days or 2 or 3 days a week. Don't let the school tell you you are missing out, as they aren't. Many kids go part-time, as the full-time every day is way too much, especially in a class of sometimes over 30 kids all day long. Some of these are babies, only 3 years old. It's not needed. My kids only did a nursery program 3 afternoons. When they started SK, they were ahead of everyone. Some teachers have told me that they all they can do is look after the behaviors, that they can barely keep up. Someone else says, my Dee has attachment issues. I really wish I did more to prepare her from time away from me. The first 4 or 5 months were brutal, and I felt so bad for neglecting her emotional needs and not easing her into school properly through integration, slowly adding more days or hours apart. She started school full-time 5 days. What someone else says, can you recommend any books or resources for social stuff? So I'm definitely going to be addressing that. I did reply to her on here. I did say Franklin's Secret Club and Have You Filled a Bucket Today are 2 of my favorites. I'm going to go over those with you in another episode. We visited the school many times and played in the playground before starting school. We also had the kindergarten teacher visit our house to hang out with our son so that she wasn't a total stranger on the first day of school. I wish the school would communicate more about the daily routines, such as when is recess, snack, toileting. It would be good to know what level of independence is expected. I would love to know where she lives, that her kindergarten teacher is visiting her home. I know that used to happen a very long time ago. Someone's saying, I really amped up the excitement. I read what to expect. I did school lunches and I had them grab it and practice in advance at their table at home. Someone else says, I just want to put this out there for parents considering part-time option for kindergarten. It is your right. It is up to you, not up to the school or the principal, to allow your child part-time. If it's something that interests you, consider it carefully based on the needs of your child. Full-day kindergarten is not mandatory. At the school where full-day kindergarten is offered, parents can choose to remove their kindergarten for part of the day. So what she's referring to is the law, basically. It's not the law for children to be in school in Ontario until they're 6 years old. Okay, so Katie, I gave my daughter a keepsake bracelet with a locket holding mommy and daddy's picture, something to remind her that we are with her and we love her. Another mom says, I gave her a little poem from Pinterest. That's cute. I'll look that up and I'll post it for our group if it's relevant. I'm reading this and thinking about how I'd love to go back to kindergarten days. My oldest will be heading off to university. I could barely handle leaving her. Enjoy them all you can. Keep them home as long as you can, because it will be a blink of the eye. I didn't want my kids to grow up. Blah, blah, blah. All right. some of these are long, so I'm just gonna take off the main points. Another one said, I had hoped for an opportunity for my son to meet his teacher before being dropped off with 29 other children in the same situation. Despite working in the school system for 20 years before my son's first day in kindergarten, it felt strange leaving him with someone he had never met before, someone who knew nothing about him and expected it would all go well. Some school boards have graduated entry systems during the first week where smaller groups and students spend a portion of their day in class so that they can become acquainted. All right, last comment for this group. One thing to get, we love the letter magnets that came home in our welcome to kindergarten bag. My daughter's now in grade 1. We still use them as a learning tool and for the cute messages. Things to wish I knew then. I think it's so important to reiterate that all children start kindergarten at different levels. I was so stressed at orientation that my daughter couldn't write her name. We practiced it and then she could. Then going into school, we did it again because not everyone could. I wish I knew more about the daily class schedule. I know most classes run on a 1 to 5 schedule. In kindy, I would have liked to know the days and the subjects that were taught. Half the time trying to hear about her day was pointless unless I used a reminder that the teacher might have told me. Part 2 to this answer would be lunches, expectations from teachers, lunch monitors, appropriate snacks and containers, etc. Okay, so those are some neat responses, and I'm going to look that poem up for you. And then the second question, okay, this is a kindergarten teacher, Ontario kindergarten teacher group, 18,000 plus members. What's one thing you wish kindergarten parents understood better? Okay, again, I'm going to run through these answers. Over the summer, if they want to work on skills to prepare them for school, not to worry as much about numbers and letters and more about independent skills, putting on things, taking off shoes and coats, opening their lunch, bathroom skills, including how to clean up should they have an accident, the letters and numbers will come. I always encourage parents to buy their child's backpack and lunch containers at the beginning of the summer and have their child practice these throughout the summer. Tell them how purposeful play-based learning is the best way for young children to learn. Take them out shopping for their shoes, boots, so that they can see how to put them on with no laces. Get them to understand that there will be children entering school that might have difficulties. They need to be patient and understanding that that child could be your child, and you're lucky if it is not. Don't be afraid to let their kids play with appropriate child scissors, glue, art supplies, water, paint, even mud, multiple types of writing tools, games that involve their name, beginning numbers and letters, but to keep it all fun and all interactive so that it is engaging and it works into family time. And definitely, I agree with all the above mentions about establishing independence and accomplishment regarding practicing opening containers, putting on their own clothes. Also arrange playdates with other kids of their own age. All above educators will definitely help and encourage too, but getting a head start and enable your child to be creative and independent always goes a long way and makes the leap from parent guidance to teacher guidance more seamless. Sorry, that was choppy. I think it's important. I'm going to read it again. Above all, educators will definitely help with and encourage too, but getting a head start and enabling your child to be creative and independent always goes a long way. Makes the leap from parent guidance to teacher guidance more seamless. Okay, someone else says that they are still 4 and 5. Learning how to be kindergarten can be tough. They're taking care of themselves. That you have to show a kid 20 times how to do something that you wouldn't have to show an adult, and that their little feelings do get hurt when you yell too often, so say it wisely and not when they forget to use it wisely and not when they forget to pack their lunchbox properly. Another teacher says, the dirtier your child comes home, the more they have learned that day. Another teacher, independent toilet use skills. It amazes me how many children have never used the washroom by themselves until school, and then it becomes a big issue, as they are all with us all day, every day. Also, parents need to plan for this. Extra clothes, indoor shoes at school, giving appropriate phone numbers in case of emergency and illness. Okay, another teacher, I completely agree. Just don't do it if they're not ready. The uppercase habit is a hard one to break. Just don't do it if they're not ready. I'm not sure what that means. Uppercase, they're talking about printing, I guess. Okay, another teacher, take a picnic using some lunch boxes to be used at school. Figure out healthy foods so that they can eat well independently. Maybe even take the picnic to the schoolyard so that they can get used to being in the play space. I'm just pausing here because some people are getting into a discussion about what's appropriate for printing. I'm just skimming that. Spend more time with nature. Get off the video games. One teacher says kids who are not in front of the screen are much deeper thinkers. When they see a spider, they don't get off topic to Spider-Man. They can actually appreciate what they are seeing. Another teacher, please parents, let your children learn how to deal with boredom. Don't indulge their every whim for constant on-tap entertainment and distraction. Too many kids entering kindergarten don't know how to handle quiet moments of waiting, or they can't use their imaginations to entertain themselves. They can't sit for 5 minutes and wait for their friend to finish eating lunch. They can't handle 2 minutes on the carpet, and they need to take for O Canada or attendance taking. They have no idea how to play if their favorite toy is not available to them and an iPad is not being shoved in their hands. 9 people liked that comment. Another teacher says have a going to school boot camp through the summer. Practice packing and unpacking backpacks independently, including zippers, opening containers, going to bed early, toileting skills, having 2 nutrition breaks instead of 1 long lunch. Another teacher said know that there's an OCT and an EC in every child's classroom. They work in partnership to deliver the full-day kindergarten program. Work on social problem-solving skills before school starts. The number one thing, please do not behave anxiously about starting kindergarten, as the children often pick up on this and get anxious themselves. Another teacher, independence is key. Don't do up your child's coat or carry their backpacks or tidy up their toys for them. We won't be doing it at school. Another teacher, sleep. Start getting into the bedtime and wake up routine sooner than later. Make sure that your child is having enough sleep. Another teacher, attempt to have your child meet some neighborhood children and also attend the same kindergarten ahead of who are attending the same kindergarten ahead of September. The more connected a child is to other children, the less they will feel separation anxiety from you. They will look forward to playing together rather than dreading the goodbyes. Another teacher says toileting. Another teacher says make sure your child gets practice opening their snacks and lunch containers. Label everything, someone wants you to know. Everything including footwear. Another teacher, I agree with the independent skills as well as recognizing their names. Some social skills as well. I would prefer those skills over letters and numbers. Another teacher says stay off the electronics. They don't need to be rocket scientists there's 4 points here, 3 points. Number 1, stay off the electronics. Number 2, they don't need, there's 6 points. Number 1, stay off the electronics. 2, they don't need to be rocket scientists when they leave kindergarten. 3, please don't ask us to feed them, toilet them, or dress them. Number 4, don't make excuses for their bad behavior. Work with the educators on accepting responsibility and positive problem-solving strategies. Number 5, the educators do know what they are doing. Number 6, invest the time to work with your child at home to develop their natural curiosities. Let them try things. Let them make a mess. Let them fall down. These years are but a blip in time and will be treasured memories. Life skills to boot. Okay, lunches. Someone else says they will frequently come home full when they until they get used to eating with their friends. Someone else says let them play with scissors. Someone else says I'd want parents to know that educators know their child is capable. Stop doing everything for them. Another teacher says that their child is very capable. They're very capable little people, and that as hard as it may be for them to do, they need to trust that their little one will more often than not rise up to the appropriate challenge that they are presented at school. Encouraging their independence does not mean they won't need mommy or daddy anymore. Okay, we've got about 3 more. Another teacher said not to put them into every sports program going on before or after school, that they will be exhausted. Coming home, unwinding, and getting ready for bed at a decent time is the most important thing. Another teacher said a few things: ability to communicate, being eye contact. I think they mean giving eye contact, receiving a message, thinking about something, responding to it, then possibly repeating or integrating, following through on it. Having consistent routines in your life means your child will seek out and latch on routines more easily. The value of empathy and being able to care about the kids around you means that children will be more likely a contributing member of the class and have friendships. Develop your child's independence. Let them dress themselves, carry their own backpacks, organize their lunch bag. Let them have their washroom time by themselves. Let them spend time by themselves at home. All these things lead to important brain skills more necessary for kindy than knowing letters and numbers. Last one, kids need to be risk takers. Okay, so hopefully that was interesting to you. Sorry that I was basically reading the entire time, but I really wanted to capture that message directly and give it right to you. So there it is. 12,000 moms and 18,000 teachers just gave you a heads up. So think that over, let it absorb, and once it does, comment below. Let us know what is sitting with you and what is sort of speaking to you right now. Maybe you're thinking about something a little bit differently, and maybe it's just reminding you of things that you already know. But thanks for being with us here, and I thought I would just share that with you. Talk to you soon.